want to welcome you all to this little meeting we're having. We just wanted to give you an update on how the progress is coming. We're working on this project entitled Transatlantic Journey. I'm so pleased to have my friends with me, but I know it's my team. And I just want to take a moment to introduce each one of them. You'll get to hear from them. Our mixing, mastering engineer is Thomas McCree, Tomcat Musik Group. So pleased to have you on board, Thomas. We also have our great graphic designer, Sunshine Creation, Debra Brewer. And I can't wait for you to see what she has done to us. And we also have Ronald Pollard, that great photographer. The only man I ever know who captured my essence on camera. So I'm giving him his props now. He did it, and you all are going to see some more of it. So we're happy to have you here today. The track that you hear in the background is entitled Content, right? Content meaning copacetic. And it really reflects a part of the narrative of the album where I talk about how before the transatlantic slave trade, our ancestors were content in the environment that they lived in. And similarly, I was content in England as a child before my parents came to America, again, crossing the Atlantic. So, in a few moments, we're going to feature some aspects, two aspects of this track, two clips from this track, and we're going to talk a bit with Thomas about it so that you can understand what his process is like. Yeah. But before we do, I want to take a moment to allow this team to talk to you about what they're working on this project and what it is that excites them about this project. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to begin with Thomas. Let's begin with Thomas.
All right. Hello everybody. My name is Thomas McCree. I'm a producer, engineer, and working on this project with Doc has just been a blessing. Drummer to drummer, musician, and when he brought this project to me, I was so excited to start working on it because I just know how me and him vibe, and just the music alone is just, it does something to me because I love music. So it's been a great experience so far. The journey has been awesome. I get to hear everything firsthand, and it's really awesome. It's just, just hearing his translation come to the speakers, out the speakers to you all, it's just amazing. And, for me to be a part of that process is really, really awesome. So I'm grateful and thankful for that.
Well, thank you, Thomas. And I'm really blessed to have you on board because I know drummers are accustomed to hearing the whole perspective because we see the whole band, we hear the whole band. But it means a lot to have you to be able to mix the tracks for me and master them. We also have Debra. Debra, so tell us, in your own words, what it is about this project that you like and what you are contributing to it.
Hi, so my name is Debra Brewer, and my company is Sunshine Creations. I'm a graphic designer and web designer, and I'm also a mixed media artist. So for me, when Dr. Crichton came to me about this project, first of all, I was so honored because I've known Dr. Crichton for a while and watched him from the sidelines, and the photographer, I've known him from New Orleans, and so I have like two home people that I know from different parts of the world. And Mr. Thomas, oh my goodness, I've heard so much about him and his music. So I'm just honored to be part of this project. So my contribution to this project, I'm just so excited whenever someone comes to me. But this particular project is so important right now, especially what we're dealing with right now. So I think right now we're talking about his history from his ancestors coming over to America. And I think it's so important as a creative myself. I love to bring people's visions to life. So to be able to hear the backstory and to bring that vision, I get really involved in really take everything in. So one of my processes is to listen to the backstory, to look at images that will relate to depict the story on the album cover, because I want people to feel what is going to happen. So if we can tell you in that one image what is coming, I think that's so important. So I do a lot of study. I really take my time. I look at pictures. I look at films, documentary films, because this is dealing with the Black Holocaust and the slave. So I take time to like look at different things. So I think it's very important to really study your history so that you can move towards your future. So that's my contribution in this. So I'm really excited to be a part of this.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Deborah has got a surprise for y'all. I mean, she knocked all of us out of our seats just a moment ago. So you're gonna see it. But I'm gonna come to Ron now. Ron spent a few days with me in my home in Brentwood, and we just had a great time together. The chemistry was outstanding. I learned so much from Ron. So Ron, go ahead and break it down. Tell us, give us your portrait, man.
Yeah, all right. Hey, everybody. My name is Ronald Pollard. You can find me on my website, ronpollard.com. I am a photojournalist, storyteller, and I have worked with so many people over the years. And I've been blessed to know Debra and to know the doc for a long time, Doc, and for many years. And when the doc shared with me the vision for this, I was impressed. Because as he knows, my better half, Lindsay, and I don't move without her. And so she told me before I even finished it, she said, yeah, I like me some Jerome. Dr. Crichton, we got that. We're going to fix that. We're going to do that. And then when I got introduced to my deacon over there, Deacon Thomas, all right, I was like, okay, hold on. This is crazy, man. Went to the studio and heard that song that he did for Dr. Crichton. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. Are you serious? So I was honored to tell the story visually, to capture the different faces, moves, and moods, and the vibe of Dr. Crichton, to work with Jay and be there to feel his rhythm, to hear his passion, to sense his ambiance, and to be there to take it all in at the same time. Because like you, Debbie, I too study. I too do research. And I've always decided that I want to be a great photojournalist, a great portrait photographer, a great, not average, a great exceptional photographer. So that means the people I deal with, I have to study. I have to know who they are. I have to kind of get a sense of them.
Yes.
And what guides me too is that when people like Dr. Crichton and any others ask me to do their work for them, Deacon and Debra, we consider it a sacred honor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So it's not just about dollars and cents.
Yes.
How do we best allow the camera, the tool, to speak to the vision that this person, this couple, this occasion, this event is speaking to or is trying to capture? So it's a sacred honor. And like you, I do so much research, like before I get even on the scene. They don't know that because I don't talk about it. I just try to show it. So from colors to everything, we try to make sure we do the best we can for everybody and anybody. And that's for real. That's not preaching. That's who I am. That's who we are. That's who Lindsay, Diane, and I are. It's a sacred honor when people trust us. We do our best. If we're not there, something happened to us. Plain and simple, something happened. Because we're going to be there. And we, by God's grace, we have given it our best over the last 25 years. And we've been honored to work with celebrities, events, businesses, y'all, and some of these things y'all know. But the only name that I'm going to call out right now is Dr. Jerome Crichton. All right. And I'm proud to be a part of this. Thank you, Doc, for this opportunity, man. Thank you.
It's my privilege. And this is what
Thank
makes
you.
it special. Everybody does their homework, they take it seriously, and realize that what we have, God has given to us. So what I want to do now is I want for Thomas to play a clip out of this track that you're hearing in the background. We can listen to it a little bit more closely. And we're going to just talk a little bit about it, just to introduce you to these original compositions and what I was trying to reach for. So, Thomas, the ball's in your court.
All right, let me get this set up here. So, let's see. And you can see that, yes?
Yep, we can see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so the first clip, you know, I love this whole song, but the first clip I'm gonna play, it's one of the clips towards the back end, and it really highlights the groove syncopation, and this is one of my favorite parts of this song. Play for you here. So. So that's awesome. That's one of my favorite clips. And you know, being a drummer, that syncopation right there, do something to you. It make me want to just
yeah, right.
Yeah, that there's more of that to come, but that's one of the ones of this song that I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So tell us about them fives. Thomas, tell us about them fives.
So those fives, you know, playing fives is not easy. It's really, you're splitting your mind, you're splitting your body. One side of your body's doing one thing, the other side is doing this thing. So you kind of playing against each other. Yeah. And me being a drummer, hearing it come out, I'm just like, oh man, it makes me want to run to the drum set. So that's why when I was on the phone with Doc, just to take a breather, I had to go get on the drums and work this thing out. I'm like, hold on. So, but yeah, it is really cool. It's really cool pattern. The way Doc put this together is really awesome. So,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My goodness, my goodness.
That's really nice.
You all are hearing this for the first time. Ron, this is the first time you heard this one, right?
Yes, sir. It is. Yeah, and I'm impressed really again. Nice. I'm impressed again.
Mm-hmm.
So yes,
it's amazing.
Thank you. So what this tries to capture is a sense of contentment. You know, in music and rhythm, Europeans are really accustomed to twos and threes, right? So we have, you know, 4 measures of 4/8 notes or 4/4 notes or 3/4 notes or 3/8 notes. But in African music, it's like 5s and 7s and 9s. And I have a couple of compositions on this album that feature those, and some that are like in a polyrhythmic context. But it's to try and capture the essence of who we are as a people and my own essence as an individual. So that. But let's go to the second clip, Thomas. And this part is kind of unusual and kind of risky in a sense, but I want you to hear it.
All right. This is the second clip. Like I said, this whole song is one of my favorites, but this clip is, you'll see. Mm-hmm. clip right there, man, man. Because I know what's happening on the drum set. And
Right.
it is just frying my brain why the flugelhorn is just doing a solo. You know, it's really a trip. And for
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
to hold that, and you can hear the drums is kind of saying something or singing on its own.
Yes.
You know, it's like accompanying the flugelhorn in a way, but still, it's like, what is that? It's not like your normal 2 and 4. It's more of a, it's like it's filling up the room and allowing the flugelhorn to just ride on top of the music.
Right.
You know? So that was really cool.
Yeah, so the idea was to try and create or simulate like waves.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Right.
Flugelhorn, shout out to Eric Ali.
Yes.
Who's playing the flugelhorn. I mean, it's a beautiful melodic solo. So that was the whole thing about being content. But there are these waves that solo is rolling.
I heard the roll.
That was the idea.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I heard that. Yeah.
It's an honor. I just want to say it's an honor to
awesome.
be here with y'all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we want to unveil another kind of honor, right? So
yes,
I want to begin by just showing a couple of Ron's pictures because, I had to keep myself from looking at them because every time I look at them, they just blow me away. So I'm going to share my screen with you to give you an idea of what I mean about the work of Ronald Pollard. And, I say this not just because he's my friend, but because when I was looking for a photographer, there were many in my local area. I have friends who do photography. I have another guy I went to school with who lives in a close proximity to me. But there was something about what Ronald does behind the camera that I didn't see anybody else doing. So I want to show you up at the top. Let me see if I can pull that up. I want to show it to you so that you can appreciate what Ron did. All right, here we go. Now, I'm only show you some of them. Look at that.
Wow.
That's nice.
Look how clean the lines are in that. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
The composition of opposites, the composition of space and time.
Yeah.
The composition of, you have several of lines, you have several compositions coming together. You have the composition with depth of field having been highlighted too. And you have the composition of opposite. You have the composition of opposite. It's called opposite ends.
Yeah.
You have the stairs flowing one way, then the stairs flowing another way, while Doc is standing straight up.
Yes, it makes the image very powerful.
Yes.
And then and am I supposed to do this part, Doc? Talk about
go
this
ahead,
now?
man. Just talk,
Okay,
Ron.
okay. The space of his head from the top also tells you a lot about, we're trying to put him in setting. We're trying to put him in an environment. We're putting him in a space. And with the colors that he has on, he stands out and steps up. And then his color tones of his skin are what we really help him pop out. The opposites with that blue, that earth tone in the tie, and the stripes that are in that shirt, the pattern that's in that suit, it all works together to win.
All right, I'm gonna go to the next one because you got a couple more, Ron.
Okay.
Nice.
We wanted to give that more of a vintage feel, same suit, but you see there, we see the background blurred out, all right? And we want to see, we obliterated the backdrop. And I gave it at the end of shooting it, I gave it a vintage feel, just so it would be a little tonally different, and it would speak a different thing, that I'm focused, I'm here, I'm present, I'm confident.
Yeah, but look at those eyes, the way you capture those eyes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's what I meant. The eyes say I'm confident. The eyes say I'm here. The hand on the chin says leader, CEO, and I'm directly here. And I'm
Mhm.
confident. Doc, it reminds me of my favorite sports person, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
I'm here.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm not going anywhere. Again, this works for strong, and then you see the distance between the edges and the shoulders.
yeah,
All right. That's all intentional
yeah,
to see that his shoulders are there so that if he wants to do, Miss Deborah wants to do anything, she has room to fool with and play with the image
yeah.
if
So
she,
that
as she
that
needs to.
yeah, that's for the
That's
book. But I'm
really
gonna go
nice.
for the album now. Some of the shots that are going to be in the album. This
Oh,
was
my.
my favorite one. This is the one Ron made me go back and get. So talk about that one, Ron.
So as you see, we have it on a green screen so that our graphic designer can do whatever she needs to do when she needs to lift it. And she and I talked about that. And I knew that I brought my green screen with me so that
Mhm.
way we could do whatever we need to do with Doc. His expression, the intensity, the timing, the lean, the focus. Now, I don't know about the fives, Deacon. I don't know about that. I just know that brother was wearing them drums out, man. And I was using the right f-stop
Yeah.
and shutter speed to kind of to control the motion in this picture. And yet I wanted him to be surrounded by his snares, his cymbals, and everything else. And that blue he has on works again with his skin tone. Because I'm
Right.
huge on skin tones and I'm
Right.
huge Dr. Thomas, on making sure that people's color is accurate or as close to humanly and computer accurate as possible. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying,
Mhm.
Dr. Crichton?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
you're trying to do that because the goal is to do it perfectly. That's
yeah,
the goal.
yeah,
Now you may not reach that, but you're so close. Like golf, you're
yeah,
so good, you're so close until if you miss, it's only by a foot.
yeah,
Nobody really, nobody knows that you missed.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
so,
yeah,
but here his intensity, the expression in his face, the light coming down, the ambient light coming down on top of his head.
yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
ambient for those that don't know is natural light. Um, and on this, we were using three lights on Dr. Crichton. People don't know that's what we were using on him, and then capturing that shutter speed in such a way that it has a little bit of motion in it to show
Yeah.
action. Because after all, he is a drummer and he's a
Yes.
world-class drummer,
Yeah.
you know. So
Mhm.
after all, did I answer everything, Dr. Crichton?
Yeah, and there's just
Okay. Okay.
one more
Hmm.
picture. Um, shout out for Roy Haynes, the great
Hmm.
drummer, passed a couple of days ago.
Mhm.
Okay.
Here's the last one.
Ooh,
Woo!
that's
Clean as
nice.
a nickel. He clean as a nickel worth of neck bones. Okay. I
Mhm.
know that's an old school phrase. Some of y'all don't know what that means. That's from the deep. That's from my deep south there, but that's the New Orleans in me. All
Yes.
right.
Right.
Um, I love his uprightness, his position. I love the
Yes.
vest. I love the contrast. I love the stripes going across that black and gray shirt. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh. I love look,
That's.
I love the emotion. I'm sorry, Miss Deborah. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I just said that. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the motion on his left hand, y'all. I
Right.
Mhm.
like that because it depicts action. All right.
Yes.
It depicts action and it's okay to have a drummer, a world-class drummer, showing his hands moving. After
Yeah.
all, he was in it. And there I am using the lights and the shutter of the camera to make sure that his face and body is sharp, but we're showing that motion, because I can't act like a drummer, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know it was so energetic. And what we were trying to do was on both photos capture that energy,
Yeah.
just like we did with that red picture that's going to come up at some point. The one, Dr. Crichton, that you
Mm.
like in red, and I mean Miss Deborah loves
Yes.
that too. But
Yes.
that thing, we're trying to capture that energy, and that's
Mhm.
why when he's telling me about what he's doing, I do my research. I do all my research. I look at all kinds of drumming shots. I look at all kinds of stuff. And then I look at Dr. Crichton to see head, shape, size, height, skin color that I believed would work off of that green screen. And so I hope I'm sharing enough, Dr. Crichton.
Ron, thank you for that.
Beautiful.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss Debra.
Great. So what we want to do now, I'm going to stop sharing. Just want to take a little time now to experience the magic of Sunshine Creations and Debra Brewer. So Debra, share your screen with us and show us what you got.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. I wanted to take Ron Pollard photography, the famous Ron Pollard photography. He captured Dr. Crichton, Jerome Crichton, so well. So I wanted to continue to take you on the journey of this transatlantic journey, taking you from the Middle Passage, from his ancestors over to America. So I don't know if you can see the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see the transatlantic, the slave ship in the background. And I wanted to capture some of the slaves and their journey. And it's embedded in his clothes because I wanted you to take this journey because as even in our future, in our history, it's even though it may be long ago, it's embedded. It's part of a fabric of our being. So that's why I wanted it to be part of his clothes, so that it's a part of him. It comes into his hands, into the drums, and we're going to hear all of that. So I wanted you to start the journey when you see the cover, and we're going to take you into the rest of his journey slowly as you go into each chapter of the journey from the Middle Passage on to the present, bringing hope and resilience with his people. So that was my idea for this cover.
May I be the first to say, Dr. Crichton? I'm trying to say it and keep it PG. Girl, make it large. Just make it larger. Can you expand it a little bit?
Okay.
On that edge over there where it says, wait.
Is it large now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sister Debra, I want to thank you for using the images I gave you to take over the images I gave you and create your own image. That is sensational.
Yeah.
That is time, Netflix,
Wow.
Hulu, Amazon Prime,
Ooh.
Disney. That is that level of stuff. And to think you're not even finished with it yet. That is some serious next level.
Oh, I'm honored. I appreciate you, Ron, but I really just wanted to tell the story of what Dr. Crichton, shared with me, his backstory with this project. So I'm very honored to be a part of this.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It
okay, there you go.
Completely blows me away because you can see with the direction of the eyes what is being portrayed in the background. The connection that you have made, that it is so profound, and not only in the background, but also, I'm embodying it by the way you have set that graphic up. It's amazing. It really is. It blows me away.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to the finished product.
Yes.
Speaking of finished, we have to wrap up.
Okay.
Thomas will be ready to take us out with the outro, but before he does that, I want to let everybody know that we're going to keep you posted about this project. We expect that it will be released within a few weeks. We all still have some work to do, and we want to invite you to join us in this transatlantic journey. So keep an eye out for the posts. We will be giving you updates, and we'll let you know when we have the album launch. So before we get to the outro, I would just like for everybody to go around again and to give you their contact information, because I don't know that you can get a better team anywhere, really. I just don't. And the thing
Yeah.
about the team, it's not the individual talents that people have, because there are a lot of talented people, but it's how
Yes.
the team works together that makes the difference.
Yes.
And this is
Mhm.
so. Deborah, go ahead and share your information.
Okay, so you can contact me at sunshinecreationsdb.com. Again, that's www.sunshinecreations with the sdb.com.
Thank you, Deborah. Okay, Ron.
Um, RonPollard.com is my direct website. You can catch me, email me, call me. All my social media is there on my contact page. And when working with an artist and a craftsman, and that's why I call Dr. Crichton a Renaissance man, because he has so many different amazing layers to him.
It does. Yes.
In capturing, using the music to capture his eyes was something that I focused on, and to look at colors. Because one of the things he wanted to know from me is, Ron, how did music interplay into this? And one of the ways music interplayed into it was I had to hear it to get a sense of rhythm. I had to hear it to get a sense of movement, vibe, where we're going, direction, where we're going. And when because I've known him as my friend theologian, I know that about him. But to hear him as a musician,
Mm.
it just told me so much more. The coloration, the red that I wanted to use, the music and the rhythm of the music informed the color palette that we wanted to go with in-house, and I mean on the green screen and in the community. And
Mhm.
so I had to use that music to help feed into my soul for Dr. Crichton, the eyes, his
Mm.
articulation, the
Mhm.
deliberateness and his intentionality of speech. Not a moment was wasted, not an effort. And I'm honored to be a part of this team. But that's what informed me, and that's what informs so many of my clients when I listen to music, because when I listen to them, I'm trying to get a rhythm for where they
Yes.
are and be in syncopation with them.
Yeah.
So there's ronpollard.com. Everything is there. You can reach us.
Right. Thank you, Ron. And last
Mm-hmm.
but not least, Thomas, they've done their part. We got to step our game up, man. So
I know, right?
let me give you the last word.
No.
You can reach me at tomcatmusic@gmail.com. It's TOMCATMUSIK. It's music with a K. Or on my social media, Instagram.com/TomcatMusic. Same thing, Facebook.com/TomcatMusic. So right now my website is under construction. So right, those social media, my email is the best way to contact me.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So for this project, I do have a website. It's under construction in the capable hands of Debra, and it is the project at transatlanticjourney.com. The project
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
transatlanticjourney.com. And we'll let you know when it's up and running, and we'll keep you posted. Thank you all for being such a great audience. I'm so thankful to all of these team
Yeah.
members.
Thank you.
Takes
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
work to make the dream work.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be
Mm-hmm.
coming at you real soon again with more information. So thanks. God bless.
Thank you. All right, guys.